Sustainable architecture is an architecture that is able to make the process simple.
Architecture is one of the most polluting industries in the world, so definitely there's a lot to improve in that sense.
There's a kind of sense of responsibility as an architect of what you do that has to carry forward an idea about the future.
So you have three main pillars of the sustainability, which is ecology, but also the social sustainability and the economical sustainability. Within these three pillars, you always have to try to find an equilibrium, so to say, to make the projects work and really be sustainable on a long term.
80% of the entire environmental impact of a product happens in the design phase. It's all about the materials we're selecting, and it's all about how long we can keep those products in use.
There is a very strong focus from dormakaba as a manufacturer on the circular economy, meaning from production up until the use of the product and also the end of life.
A lot of times the most sustainable way to build is by doing less.
Looking back and find the just sufficient way of solve problems, not the necessarily most complicated.
And we have to make sure that we activate as much biological surface as possible. I mean, I'm talking about green roofs or integrated gardens or unsealing courtyards. I mean, you see this in this project here.
The sustainability, it's not only if the building itself is sustainable, it's how it's used.
I think every day more and more, a sustainable building will look like a former structure reused.
So many of the buildings that we are going to be using in 2050, let's say, are already built. But probably we need to use them within another function because society is changing so rapidly.
So you can build a building that's sustainable, but if you don't use it, then through 50s, 100 years in a sustainable way, that building is just a platform.
Construction can be improved and needs to be improved in order to provide a more sustainable life for future generations, and architecture can be an answer to that.
We say it's basically just good practices in architecture, so every building should be sustainable and it should feel bad as an architect if you waste resources.
I think in those terms, we can really make a more sustainable future for our built environment.